I think it's time to hit that live. So let's hit the live button. And by the power vested in me, by Zoom, I do believe.
There it is.
I do believe we should be live. Let's have a look. Pretty sure we're live, lads.
Got the notification.
Just have the old notification come pinging up there. It's
Yep.
like live first time. I'll try and call that up just in case, so we can see any super chats as they land. And then we will get stuck into the bad boy. Let's have a look. Would you believe there's 72 people, or we've literally just pressed live and there's already 72? We've got the most.
No way. No way.
That's what happens right after a big event.
Hey? Amazing. Already
just hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button.
Hit that like button. Get it liked.
Share it out in the groups. Put it in the Facebook groups.
Now, before we say anything else as well, are you subscribed to Lethal Arms Apparel? Are you subscribed to Panzer Sedis? That's how we roll. Let's have a look. Who've we got in here? We're pinging up now. 124 people in there. Devon's fashionably late. Spoke to Devon earlier. He's coming on. Couldn't wait to get on, actually. Oh, who's this? Who's this dude? It's a full house tonight, guys. Apart from Ray, of course, who's got...
Oh, there he is.
Who's this? Who's this guy? Just let him connect to audio. Your audio's not coming through at the moment, Devon. I don't know whether they can hear us.
There we are. There we are.
Guys. Bit late here.
Just let everybody get in.
Yeah.
So, I'll formally introduce it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fake Show 138. 138. Yeah, last week we bottled it due to me having some kind of AIDS virus or other killer virus of some description, and we couldn't do the show. But we are back, ladies and gentlemen, after an extremely taxing few days, when we went over to East versus West and pulled about 4 consecutive all-nighters, and still felt better than John Brzenk. Right, ladies and gentlemen. Did you see John? He was spacey this weekend.
He was out of it.
You sick?
No, it was just he'd really struggled. He was pulling weird sleep schedules. So John was pulling all-nighters, having breakfast, and then going to bed because he couldn't sleep. He seemed a bit well, Sandris, Paul, what did you think? He seemed a bit spaced out to me. Like
he had COVID it was a while ago, but he felt like he never got the cloudiness out of his head. Right when I walked in, I was like, hey, what's going on? How you feeling? He was like, I've been better. You know how John is always like that. But then I talked to him a little bit later, and he was still out of it. And then afterwards, yeah, he wasn't there completely.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into that as we go through with the actual matches and so on and so on and so on. But another mega event there, guys.
Yeah.
Another mega event and drama. Holy shit, there was some drama in that show.
What drama?
Mate, injuries, busted up, Porky.
Injury.
Yeah.
Oh, Porky. Yeah, we got Porky. Here's an update for you.
I talked to Porky today. He said he's maybe fine.
Oh no, he's not fine. No. He's got a full bicep detachment.
Oh, brilliant.
Really?
Yeah.
I talked to him like a couple hours ago.
You could see the retraction right away.
Yeah.
And his arms are so big that
here's the update for you. He went to a clinic at about 1:30 p.m. So that's like 3 hours ago. So maybe you talked to him before that, because I know he had some doubts.
Yeah, maybe.
But no, he has the bottom of the bicep tore off.
That's what we saw, yeah.
Yeah. And a freaking angel of the Canadian medical system, a guy called Jay Pollock, is able to slip him in tomorrow morning. So he's having surgery with the best guy that we got tomorrow morning at 9:30.
Is that your guy? Is that the guy who did you?
He's done me 3 times.
Yeah. You were saying
That's what she said.
I must admit, I must be tired because I'd usually jumped on that one, Sandris, but it's good that the Latvians are in the house. Weeping up that what I miss. But yeah, Porky, wish you all the best, mate. Great to meet Curtis. Lovely lad.
He's an absolute gem. I'd never met him before.
Yeah.
I chopped it up with him a lot. I mean, he's like the most lovable guy ever.
Good dude.
Great dude. Great dude.
Porky was great. Porky was awesome.
And I'm telling the doctor, I'm telling him, I'm like, tell them to tie it up higher. Tell him to tie it up higher. So blessing in disguise, hopefully. Hopefully he'll come back like Tim Breslin and Hutchings and all these guys who come back seemingly stronger. So
well, that's it. You know, if you get it done right, it doesn't have to be disastrous. It was just a shame for the lad. He tried very, very hard to, you know, his first outing. He was trying very, very hard to make an impact, even down to the press conference side of things. You know, he was trying to do something slightly different.
I'm sure he'll be back. Give him time to lick his wounds and don't rush anything, but he's very talented. I'm sure he'll be back.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, and he was in good spirits. We were actually in the airport with him at the time when he was flying back, and he had it all planned out, knew what he was going to do.
I think it's a bit of a badge of honor as well. You know, if you can blow your bicep, it means you were trying really hard, and well, maybe he'll come back. You know, some guys it makes them stronger.
Yep.
Hope so. And best wishes, Porky. All the best to you, lad. Hope you come back and kick some ass. Just a couple of super chats we'll knock over, and then we're going to jump into things. Engin's vertical line with the super chat. Thanks for that, mate. He's put Michael as away with words. I need things to be the way the whole time. Let me read that again without the cripple take. I need things to be all the way the whole time, not just when the foreigners are doing ish. Baby at WL, baby at East versus West.
Got to include the hand gestures at the same time.
Is that how it goes? Fair enough.
I remember exactly. Yeah, I was like, wow, there's a Biden moment almost here.
So I love AOC with the super chat. Devon, how do you compare multi-spinner with martial arts belt?
Multi-spinner and martial arts belt are the two tools that I use every time I train. Those are my two go-to tools. Belt, I'd say, is probably more simple, and you know, belt I use more when I go really heavy. Multi-spinner, the only problem with the multi-spinner, well, not the only problem, but one of the issues with the multi-spinner is it's very much like a Swiss ball. It's very off balance. So that means when you start to talk about really heavy loads, it might not be the best tool. I'd say that multi-spinner for super heavy loads, maybe not the best tool. It's great, but just know there's a lot of risk involved. Like if you haven't used it a lot, it can throw your wrist out in a hurry if you screw it up. Yeah. But yeah, I use a multi-spinner every single day, every workout. Yeah, love it. And I love the belt.
You two use that, Paul, a lot.
Every cupping day, every day in the cup. I find it's easier to use it like with heavy loads for supinated cup. That's my go-to for all supination bottom two. It's the best
because you've got more control when you're leaning in on it.
I don't use it for any direct though because of the one line. I use different forms of wrist wrench for like the full max load, just direct cup.
What about you, Sandris? You use multi-spinner a lot?
Yeah, I use lots of stuff. Belts, handles. I mostly work with a wrist wrench. That's what I like. But I use multi-spinner for my pronation and like rising, like kind of pronated back pusher. Yeah, I use that for a couple of things. Yeah.
Some amazing equipment. I mean, obviously, I'm a big fan of the wrist ball, the arm sport handles. Got a number of those handles, and they're absolutely fantastic. 10% off with Arm Wars code. Remember, ladies and gents. But anyway, let's get into what we're here to talk about tonight, and then I'll knock over the other super chats that are coming in. I'm seeing them, guys. Thanks for those. We'll get to them in 1 second, but we just want to jump into things, and we cannot start anywhere other than Doug Ehrlich. Doug Ehrlich and Rolly Ray. Wow. Well, we always do these little predictions on East versus West. I don't know about you guys. We'll go around in a minute. I had Ray picked. I had Ray going down, maybe first one, and then pulling back in the long grass for the win. Not the case.
Same.
What do you think, Dev?
You know, that's the one match I missed. We took it took us we probably didn't have the feed loaded until like 12:35 or 12:40 ish. So I think we missed the first couple matches, which that was one of them. So I don't even know about that match yet.
Mate, what can I tell you? It was almost like Ray didn't really get a balance point in the match. I mean, in the first start of the third round, Ray looked to me like he had it and was going to take that pull. But the adjustment was made by Doug. It was a solid adjustment and straight to the pad on the restart. And I know Ray was devastated. He was kicking himself. What can you say? What can you do? It happens. Great job, Doug Ehrlich. Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, amazing. He said he wanted to put himself on the map. He said he wanted to pull a name puller that had some respect and some clout to elevate his status. Mission accomplished. My God. You know? I mean, anybody who didn't know that name, they do now. Paul, you were with Doug throughout. He must have been buzzing his ears off.
I support Ray. I love Ray. You know what I mean? I always support him. But I genuinely thought Doug had it. I mean, just from working with him, and I mean, I don't have a real, like, I've never grabbed Ray, so I don't have a direct point of reference. But I know Doug is in, like, based on that practice, Doug's strong, and he's only 6 weeks back. And I know where he's coming from. I met him prior. Like, he is a strong, elite dude. The only concern was the lack of time for prep. And Doug's only going to get better. That's the other thing. Like, you know, if he gets another match and he has another 10 weeks, 12 weeks to train, we're going to see a whole nother version of him. He's got great genetics. He understands the sport well. He has guys around him to train, and he's been in the sport much longer than me. So, I mean, I think Doug can do whatever he wants to do. Plus, he has that height and the frame to be able to get down and come from, like, be huge at that weight.
Yeah, really, really solid. What was Ray's take on the way back, Sandris, or have you not had much opportunity to discuss it because Ray was so distracted?
No, Ray, like, after the second round, I think, like Ray said, like, he's very strong, and he couldn't really get anything going for him. In the third round, like, it looked like he got him, but then he got like 2 fouls and fouled out, unfortunately. But I think in 6 rounds, like, armor setting, it could be a very close match for Ray going long distances. But I don't know, maybe Ray took him a little bit too lightly before the match. But there was nothing after the match he could say, you know, just gave props to Doug, you know.
Yeah, it was really, really solid performance. I mean, my hat can't come off enough to Doug. He was, by the time I got down off the stage, he'd already called out Mindaugas Sedis as well. He wasn't mucking about, was Doug. I literally got down off the stage, I kid you not. And by the time I was there, he was already calling out Tarasetis, and him and Tarasetis were going at it. And I thought, Jesus, this guy's hungry.
The other thing that's good about Doug, I think, too, is like, he has no problem being the heel. You know, like, the press conference was largely boring because everybody was kind of respectful. Doug and Porkchop were the highlight of the press conference, in my opinion. They're willing to poke around, and Doug has no problem being like that. So I think it adds another level of you know, like, something Angan probably wants out of a competitor.
Yeah, I mean, one thing before, we're not going to dwell on it because I know everybody's got an opinion, but the press conference, I think, needs to be done differently, personally.
Yeah, too long.
Yeah.
I mean, punishing event. And
like, this one was kind of fun because I was part of it, but other than that, it has to be like, you only bring out like a main card or like five matches, you know, do something other with the you know, lower tier guys or whatnot. But yeah,
I mean, I've received an enormous amount of messages around the duration of the event itself, and I wanted to sort of go to Devon.
7 hours. 7 hours.
Yeah, this is a phenomenally long event. I wanted to sort of start with Dev on this one because you weren't there this time. And I think when you're in the room or at the event, it probably gives a very different perspective to people who are watching, you know, and particularly if you're like in a, I don't know, like a watch party scenario, you know what I mean, where there's a lot of you watching it. You watched it with the high hookers, didn't you, mate, as a group?
Yeah.
What's your take on that, Dev? Did you find it too long, about the right amount of time? What's your take on that?
It is too long. And look, there's probably not many people in the world more into arm wrestling than me. And I mean, I watched the whole thing, except for we were a bit slow getting on, but
yep.
I mean, I sat there like the entire day and watched the whole thing. And I have an attention span of, I struggle to sit through movies, like, if you're wanting me to sit for 2.5 hours, I think that's about all you can expect most people to sit for. 2 hours. I think that we should tailor most pay-per-view events to be about that long. Look, I do not want to knock East versus West in any way because I love it like nothing I've loved before when it comes to the arm wrestling leagues. I think it's the pinnacle of what we got going on.
Yeah.
But I think we'd do way better if we shortened it. And look, here's the thing. I'll pay for the main event. Yeah. And you can probably put all those other ones on the YouTube live feed and make people decide. Like you wanna have the undercard on there, whatever. But I think that we chop it up 2 hours.
Well, I couldn't agree more, mate. I think some of them, you what's the right way of saying this? I think you have a situation where Engin is trying to give as many people as he possibly can an opportunity. And there's only so many shows you can do because the movement of staff, of resource, organization, all of the elements that go into there is so significant.
I really shouldn't complain about it being too long. It's like saying the birthday cake is too big, like it's not.
Because you don't have to watch it all.
Right. You don't have to. Okay. Like if you want to just tune in for the end, you tune in for the end. The base, it's incredible. East versus West is incredible. We got more high level arm wrestling than we've ever seen. But the truth is you could chop it up into 3 pieces and I buy all 3 of them.
Yeah, you could.
You could do the entire event on one day and just release it this weekend, next weekend, and the following, and nobody's gonna know. And I'll watch arm wrestling every Saturday with my buddies while we're arm wrestling. Well, I'll pay for it. Yes.
And somebody made a good point to me the other day when I was talking about it, and they said, well, the other thing as well, if you look at people who enjoy cricket and certain other sports that'll run for a very significant period of time, that they make an event of it. I think the difficult thing is the challenging thing for the people there on the day. I think there are just certain points that can be fined up, and we'll come to them as we go through the matches. But I think one of the biggest challenges is the guys who pull twice at that level on the same day, often against an opponent who is not pulled. So Corey West would be a really good example of that. Ferry Osmanli, another one. Now you can say that those matches may have gone the other way had they, wouldn't have gone any different if they hadn't pulled. But I think they might have done. I think they'd have been different, let's just say that. Because Corey West, for example, his demeanor following the first match, when he was picking himself up for the second one, it's almost like he was scraping himself up. He looked knackered. He looked emotionally knackered. Because that first match was the match I was coming to next. Ferry Osmanli and Corey West. That was a bloody intense match. It was really, really intense. There's something special about 2 big top end super heavyweights when they go red line. There's something extra visceral around that, and that was a very, very intense match. It really, really was. And I think it punished them. I think both of them were wrecked after it,
Yeah. Even Corey winning, there's an emotional dump after that that's unavoidable. Especially it's like a battle, right? And you wind up coming out on top. And it's like that crescendo that you have to recover from. That match alone, if that was his only match, I mean, he could have relaxed and unwound. But to have to go sit down and then wait for another really high level match, I wouldn't want to be in that situation.
That was the first match. I mean, obviously, we can't go into all matches in detail. I know a lot of people have done that, but we'll try to pick on the more exciting matches. I do think that Corey and Ferret was the first match of the night that set the place on fire.
It did.
You know, it really ignited. And there was, obviously, because Ferret was on home ground, he's such a legend of the sport. And, you know, that term's thrown around idly, not in this case. The guy really is exceptional, multiple world champion, never off cup winner. He's been there, he's done it, he's worn out the T-shirt, and he's been looking to get back and to do well for a long period of time. And I think he really impressed at the weekend. I thought he was excellent. You know, I particularly loved the transition. When he had started to go against him, Corey started to impose himself on the match. It appeared as though it was a done deal. Ferret had pulled his tit, didn't look great. Head dropped a little, went, sat down, came back out and threw in a reversing top roll, which lit Corey up like Blackpool. It was great. And the place went bananas again. And that's the thing, innit, when it goes nuts, you know. Really lit the place up. Very, very visceral moment. Loved it. I mean, did that go the way you guys expected it? Did you have Corey picked?
I had Corey picked. I thought
I had Corey picked, yeah. I think I picked him 3-2, I think.
I thought it was going to be close. I was hoping Corey was going to win, but I wasn't sure. I think Corey did really well. I've seen Corey make mistakes of holding on too long, sometimes without a strap. And you know, he made that initially, and then he went strapped for the win. So I thought that was really great. That was good to see.
Yeah,
a big win. It's a big win, huge win.
Now, I'm going to start a little theme that we'll come back to later on. But one other thing I noticed, and I didn't say anything at the time because I've been there myself, but I thought this is quite an interesting concept or issue for anyone. When you're in a situation where you've got one of your team who's competing and you're up there and you're feeling the match, you're really feeling it. Which we all do when it's your guy, you know what I mean? It's your teammate, it's your best mate, it's whatever, and you're in it. Obviously, you don't see that a lot from the Latvians because they're too chill. They just walk up, give him a little slap.
Just slap him, and that's it.
Bit of not even a proper slap, just a tap. Now, not the case for Michael Todd. Michael Todd is emotionally invested in the Corey West match. Big time. Really in there, getting into the match, commenting to the refs. He's proper Jody Larratt in it.
He was emotionally like not only in Corey's matches, like Chance's match, John, like basically every North American, he was there on the stage or like on the bottom of the stage and just screaming, shouting, you know. Yeah. I think also like draining his own energy in some way.
And now here we go. So we're going to come back to that. Keep that thought in your mind, right? Because there's been a lot of noise surrounding the Michael and Onga Bayeth thing. So just keep that noise in your mind. I thought at the time, wow, Michael, there's a lot of energy output here for a guy that's pulling tonight. You know what I mean? And he seemed very intense and very amped throughout the weekend. So I wanted to win bad. Really wanted to show up there. Looked in fabulous condition. Didn't necessarily look like an arm wrestler. Looked more like a bloody sprinter with 20-inch arms. Really looked like he'd lost a lot of weight. It was shocking. But anyway, Corey West, I think most people went for him. Great performance. Did very, very well. The next match I want to move on to, Chance Shaw, David Arbully. Oh, wow. I got that wrong.
We all got that wrong.
Yeah, me too.
Who did you go with, Dev?
I didn't know David that well, but I went with Chance just because I thought that David was a hooker, and I know that Chance just wrecks hookers. So
that's what I thought.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a great match. Really liked it. Just a little bit too much static strength. Just couldn't quite break him down enough, and I think that's a really strong guy, and that became problematic. Got the stop. I felt like maybe one round, like Chance, maybe I think round 2, if I recall correctly, I feel like Chance kind of was waiting on him a little bit, or he was resting, or maybe there was a little bit of showboat, which I thought maybe came back to bite him. Am I wrong? Did that happen?
I thought the same, Devon. I thought it was the second match.
Am I perceiving that wrong? I thought that, round one he won pretty smooth, but you could tell the guy was strong, and then round two, I think he got bled because he didn't quite play it as right, or didn't quite give him enough. Got to give a guy respect when it's close. If it's close, you don't want to play with the guy who's close to you,
I'm not sure he knew, or any of us knew, the degree of commitment that David Araboli had.
Yeah.
And I think David almost was made there. The decision was made for him. He lost his wrist so severely that he thought, screw it. I'm committing, I'm dropping the wrist, and I'm gunning in there big time in the strap. And he committed way harder from that third start. And I actually believe that if Chance had gone for him right from the off, had sort of collected himself, found the pocket, and then just blasted, I think he'd have got him that second round as well.
Right.
But it's always, everybody's been there. You're trying to balance between, I'm going to bleed this dude or finish him. I'm comfortable, I'm good. And you leave it that fraction too long, and the other guy hasn't read the script. And he's gone charging at you, put you outside your bone line, and the next thing you know, you're in trouble. And I think that was probably a very valuable lesson for Chance Shaw, if I'm honest. Because I think he got caught out in a match that he probably flew home thinking, shit, I could have won that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a couple things happened in that match. Well, first and foremost, where everybody's expecting Devon to come shoulder forward, and this is a tailor-made match.
I wasn't.
You weren't?
No.
Okay,
I've pulled him before. Like, I know he can hook, but we usually just goes with that dragging top roll, high knuckle. That's the told Chance before the match. So if he was like, he top rolls, really? Like,
nobody, he didn't know that coming in.
Yeah.
So we got like full-blown defensive top roll when he was expecting a shoulder forward move. So I mean, I know, I think I remember the Georgians mentioned at one point, like, well, we got a plan. And I'm like thinking, what's the plan? Everything I've ever seen of this guy is coming shoulder forward. Easel and hook. So I mean, I was shocked to see it. Sandris, you probably should have talked to Chance ahead of time, because none of us knew anything. And then the second round, Chance is like a positive negative energy puller kind of. And after the second round, he came back. He said, "My arm shot." And I'm like, no. Don't say that now. Don't say that now. And I know in hindsight, he sent me a picture the other day. He's got a big bruise on his chest, which is weird. Yeah, but it's not here. It's like in the middle. Very strange bruise discoloration. I don't know if that happened early or whatnot, and he doesn't know what it is. So it's not really painful. So I don't know.
Maybe just like from the table or something.
That's what I was thinking, but it doesn't look like it. It's like bruising.
Maybe it's just mid muscle. You got some maybe mid muscle.
Yeah.
I mean, he got pretty wound round in one match and driven hard to the side, and he lent on it pretty hard. Like Dev says, maybe he has just done something mid muscle, just torn something. It's bled out a little bit, but yeah.
After that second round, he was really trying to time the goes and get flash pins because he didn't think he didn't have the gas tank to finish.
Well, I was just going to come to that, Paul. What did you think, and everybody, what did you think of the sort of whole jumpstart scenario at this point? Because I think it was certainly once and maybe twice it looked like Chance nailed it pretty much on point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is another point of contention for me. The rules meeting, it was clearly stated that we were going to use the words ready and then a pause and then go. Right. And personally, I don't think it's possible for a referee to do that consistently.
They never do that. No, they never do that.
You got 3 referees rotating and everybody has a different cadence. In my opinion, it should be go, or you're going to do ready, go, the way everyone does it.
Yeah.
So by the time we got midway through the event, it was going back to ready, go. So like the timing was off. I think we saw some false starts that weren't called, other ones that were just mistaken because people are expecting ready, go, and then getting ready, pause, go.
Yeah.
So it was really tricky to time it up.
Yeah.
That might have something to do with it.
It looked on the Corey West Ferret Osmanli match like Ferret got away 2 or 3 times way early. It looked like he got away way early. It didn't actually change the outcome, but that's certainly how it looked, you know. And then with the chance situation, he was getting nailed for it when he didn't look like he'd gone as early as Ferret had. And I thought, you know, anyway.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Like maybe the first start, maybe, but that second one was pretty much on point. Yeah.
But yeah, chance short. Another one I got wrong. So I was doing quite poorly at this time. Just knock over a couple of super chats real quick. We've had quite a few come in, so let's just get rid of these. Jack Tupler, thank you very much, mate. He's put Travis helped move Monster Michael Todd to the prelims. Travis was having a lot of fun in the commentary booth. That's for damn sure. We will get to the Mike Todd match later on. It's one of the best matches of the night by far. Devon's classy finger. Let's go. Great match, Paul Lynn. I love you guys. Thank you very much for your super chat, mate. Appreciate that. Henry Bowerslaw. Devon versus Jerry is not exciting at all.
Right.
Ongabayev, Sandris, Irakli, all much better matches for Devon.
Which one? Which one's better?
Devon don't want the super smoke anyway.
You know which one.
Oh my god.
Bracket Levan.
Do I have the? You know, I'm just gonna apologize right now because I'll just say a couple things. So, at the event, okay, at the East versus West practice, I would just say I was maybe just mildly intoxicated. Okay, so, so some of my recollections might be a bit off as well. But and listen, I didn't want to take away from anybody's victories. I said a whole bunch of names, Paul, yours included. Okay, I didn't want to take them, but I did. So okay. I'm a bad person for that. Didn't want to do that. But
if you can make 95, you already win. If you can make
let me
I
tell
would
you.
be so amazed if you make 95 that I just you got
it. I can make 95.
Could you honestly make 95?
I can. I can. It won't be pretty. It'll hurt, but I can do it.
Jesus, mate.
Yeah, but it's not going to be for a bit. It'll be, Paul, you and I have a date in 2024.
Okay, so is that going to be like right before the final phase when you go like to like the homeless thing? Is that like the last?
Yeah, probably somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be in North America.
Okay.
I can see the future, you know. I can see it.
I hope you're right. I hope you see that future correctly. That's all I know. That is all I know. And the last thing that Henry had put on there was, Paul, trust your hook. Well, we'll get to that, and you did. Trust your hook. It was late in the game, but my God, talk about your payoffs. Big time. Luke Pulsher, mate, Luke, good to hear from you, mate, and thanks for your super chat. Not a bad recovery from that injury. Great job, Paul and Neil. Fantastic event. Lots of surprises. Going to be a great year for the sport. Yeah, mate, when we get on to Paul's match, my God, the drama. Devon was saying, what drama? Bloody hell, that was the second big dose. So Russell Tyrone Jones with the super chat. Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. He's put, how much do I have to pay you to come to Sweden and host a seminar, Devon? Russell Tyrone Jones wants to know.
DM me on Instagram. DM me.
There you go, mate. From the man himself. Engin's Forehead Taco, one of my favourites, with a super chat. He's put, amazing job at the event, fellas. Did Travis seem to get a little envious around all these elites? Did it energise him? Does it look like he might return? I think the sport needs him. You know what? I thought Travis was in a really good place all weekend. Spent a lot of time with Travis. I'm sure the lads did as well. Went out eating with Travis and John a couple of days. He was really good spirits, very chilled, very relaxed. We're talking about his son's football. He's going for the senior draft very soon. He's very excited about that, as you would be. Whether or not he's interested in coming back to arm wrestling, I don't know. We'll see. I suppose Travis is that guy. If there's enough money, anything's possible. I'm not sure that he's motivated at this stage. I mean, tell me if any of you heard differently recently.
No, I talked to Travis briefly, and he just said like, how much? That's pretty much Travis right there.
He's like loosely training. I know that Artem was saying when he was down there in Florida with him, they were like working out and stuff. So he's doing arm wrestling stuff. So I don't know.
Well,
what
I'm
that
just
means.
going to put it out there right now. A match that I want and would love is Travis Page and Matt Mask. I would love that match. I think that match is great. Love it. Absolutely love that match. It's as
You know
far
what
to
else
the
is a
best
good
of my
match?
knowledge, never happened.
Travis and Michael Todd.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, I would love to see that.
There's a bit more heat there. I like Matt,
Yeah.
obviously, but I think that's more personal.
Yeah, it might never make it to the end of the match. I
That's
reckon
a personal match, I think.
yeah,
Be good.
I would agree. I actually think, you know what? I think if Travis did come back and could get a few miles under his belt first, to just tune himself up a little bit. I think he was very concerned by what happened with Rustam. In the let bugger it. We can't hold us. I can't keep us in suspense any longer. Let's go diving into Paul Lynn Rustam before we come back to the rest of the super chats, because holy shit! If you're looking for drama, that match had it. I mean, everybody's cheering on Paul because Paul, particularly the fixed guys, Rolly Ray was lit up and was screaming all sorts of stuff for Paul. Now,
Same.
yeah, Sandris was lit up, screaming all sorts of stuff, mostly against Rolly, but nothing to do with the match that was on stage, just giving him some shit. But Paul and Rustam, dramatic. Looked like Paul was really up against it, seemed to be falling into the trap that we've seen a lot of guys do before, the autopilot. You get up there with Rustam, you see that he's not got a massive hand, you think to yourself, it can be peeled. You look to do that, and it's probably his primary weapon. His protection of his hand and wrist is unbelievable. He's got such incredible wrist integrity and such ferocity to the side. He really is a remarkable arm wrestler in that respect. And then you follow the match through. I mean, what was going through your mind at that stage, Paul? Were you sort of thinking, "Oh shit, this ain't good"?
No, I mean, it was like I had a plan based off of talking to other people. And, if you talk to 10 people and 9 of them say you better stay outside because he's going to crush you inside, you build your plan around that. So plan A and plan B were to keep him flat or to try and control center. Yep. First and foremost, just stop the initiation. So round one the idea was to stay in a high hook and force him to load, which was hard to do because he was pushing towards me to get a dead load. But I was able to kind of force him to load and stop the initiation. So I wouldn't have changed anything about round one, because I think I had to do that in order to be able to get into a hook the way I wanted to later. But round two was a waste. Low hand dragging top rolls was a total waste. If I had it all to do again, I would have jammed the hook in round two. But other than that, I mean, I think after like the first little initiation in round one, I felt like I was in it, because I felt like, all right, I feel enough tension here that I can maybe stop the match. But yeah, I mean, the last ditch effort was going to be to initiate the hook and just see where it goes from there. And again, in hindsight, if I had it all to do again, I'd have done it in round two. But you live and learn.
Mate, it's another one I got wrong. I had you as an underdog. I had Rustam picked. I had it 3-1 to Rustam. I thought he'd get you. I thought that when I saw you at the event, I was shocked by your condition. The condition you came in from what I saw you last time was markedly different. And at that point, I started thinking, Jesus Christ, Paul looks ready. We went out, myself, Sandris, Ray, and James went out for something to eat on the front. And I said, oh, bloody hell, Paul might have something here. He looks phenomenal. Big, really big. James had come into the room and said, I've just been down and seen Paul. He's put an incredible amount of size on. And I saw you about 2 hours later downstairs, and I was shocked. You look massive.
I don't think I was any bigger than I was against Irakli. I think I just started, I cleaned my diet up earlier, and then I had a really, really good weight cut. Like rooming with Doug was really good. We were both cutting weight. We were both following the same regiment coming into the match. Like all of it was really good on that end. And we both nailed the weight cut within 0.1 kilograms, down to the moment. And then we had all the refuel food and all the Pedialyte and all the good stuff. We were totally prepared for all of that. So I think the day of competition, I bounced back to like maybe 225. Now obviously that's carb loaded and everything, but I honestly feel better after weight cutting than walking in at a weight. Like it's like a mental like purification, you know, and then the recovery aspect when you load carbs back in and water and everything, and you start eating whatever you want, you feel better than like when you started out. So, I mean, that was definitely a mental edge more than anything for me. I don't know if it was necessarily a strength edge, but Rustam had to cut some weight too. And I know he didn't recover the way that I recovered. He was actually a little bit over in the way. And he was doing more like starvation, you know?
Yeah. No, I spoke to a couple of the lads who've trained with Rustam at Club Torture. And they said, oh, some of the guys here, he's not the man he was. Some of the guys here are doing okay with him. I think we spoke about it before you pulled that night. I said, yeah, he's yeah, I thought this could turn on its head a little bit. But as the match progressed, I thought, no, he's in trouble. You know, he's going to continue to try and take the hand. And while I was doing the commentary, I was saying, I wish Paul would be brave here and just go in. Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether you've seen the match back yet, but I was willing you to do that. And the fact that you came out and did it in the third round, super brave, mate. You know, you deserved everything you got. You got the win and you deserved it because you went through the whole spectrum. You threw the kitchen sink at the lad. You really did.
Right. I mean,
Number one ranked. Eh? Number one ranked.
It's bittersweet, though, Devin. It's bittersweet though because that's not how you do it. You know.
Yeah.
You don't want it's one thing if the injury happened at like in like a 2-1 lead or something, or like if I was in the driver's seat. But being that was going to have to be the comeback round, it makes it tough, hard pill to swallow. I don't think I will accept it until I defend it mentally.
Yeah. Well, if he comes back, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
That ideally, that would like in a perfect world, that's exactly what I want. Like,
I was thinking, who's next for you?
I don't know. I mean, right now I know Zurab said he wants a match. So
at 95,
yeah. 95.
What about? I was thinking of a name that we haven't heard in a long time, and I was wondering, like, he's known for his left, and I know he's training. It's like a little. Does Terrence Opperman pull right hand?
I don't know whether he's still active, mate.
He is.
Terrence Opperman was both arms.
That's an interesting name, isn't it?
Yeah, Terrence Opperman was an extreme. For those who don't know, the guys who don't know in the chat, we're talking about the South African number one.
Oh,
he's still pulling.
Terrence was rock strong.
Yeah, apparently he's stronger than ever.
Really?
Ooh.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
I'll have to do some research.
Yeah, no, he's really good. And I know that they're still training down there, and that's a part of the world that we haven't seen in a while. I think that's a nice one for you, Terrence, because I'm sure he can make 95 kilo.
What style?
Well, it's mostly hook, I'd say.
Pretty much anywhere, to be honest. I mean, he's pretty well-rounded lad. Can drag hook. He's not your shoulder connected deep hook. He's more of a halfway, a little bit like Touye, halfway between your top and your hook, and just a lot of power. Nowhere near as explosive as Craig, more just tractor, but very big structure, huge hands, long arms. Yeah, talented kid. The guy that I was thinking about, obviously, we've seen him in East versus West at a lighter weight, and it screws up the whole title of East versus West. But I wanted to know how you did with Adam.
Never pulled him
because I was impressed with Adam. And in his first outing at East versus West, I thought, wow, what an animal that is.
Yeah.
Very, very, very strong.
He's gifted. And he's a great dude.
That was the name that popped straight into my head straight away when I saw Adam pull. I thought, I wonder who wins that between those two, because he looked rock strong. You'd had a nice match, a solid match against Samusha. He took out Bozhidar Simeonov, and those two usually go back and forth, So that's interesting to me, but obviously in this instance it doesn't stack up. I thought the guy who I had in my mind, although I don't know where he's at and whether he's active and whether there's any issues with him or he's available or there's something I've missed, but Artem Tainov was the guy I was thinking.
Or Sasho.
Oh my God, Sasho.
Yeah, but Russians can't compete, so
No, no. Well, Tarnov's Ukraine, isn't he?
No,
Artem Tarnov's Ukraine.
Russian.
Sure is Ukraine, mate.
I think he's Russian.
No, he represented Russia in WAF. Maybe he has double like nationality, but he's
Yeah,
100% Russian
Fair enough.
team. Yeah, Sasha would be cool.
Sasho's a friggin' phenom. He's monstrously strong. I mean, he's sort of like flies below the radar. I wonder whether there's an issue with Sasha though with this Bulgarian split as well in terms of.
I think so, probably.
Which is such a shame that you got that kind of political block thing, because I know Batangashevsky's blocked from pulling. Let's just put a hold on there for a moment and knock over some of these super chats that have been racking up, and we'll come back into that. So we'll just Henry Bowerslol will come back in again. Can we just appreciate how stoic Ongar Bayev was through the whole match? I like funny trash talk, but there's something about that Fedor killer vibe, mate. We're not going to get out of the blocks too early on the Ongar Bayev thing, but Ongar Bayev is phenomenal. The man is phenomenal, and we'll cover that in detail. I think it was one of the biggest matches of the night, and I know everybody will have a lot to throw in on that one for a lot of reasons, but that kid is amazing.
Neil, just so you know, at like 6:10, so in like an hour, less than an hour, I gotta go.
No problem, mate. That's fine. We'll need an excuse to get off before that. Cold Storm.
Bring Engen on. He's messaging me. He's mad at us.
I've sent him the link.
Engen's mad.
You've got the link, dude. Just a second. Cold Stone. What's your guys' honest opinions on where Michael should go from here, and what are your thoughts on his performance and emotions during the match? Park that for a moment, brother. Cold Stone. We will take that on in just a minute. Let's knock these other ones over. Chess goals for the chess champ, Devon Larratt.
Ooh.
Hey,
that's right.
Bit of a chess player, are you, Devon?
I'm not that good. I love chess, guys. I play a lot of chess. I'm on, probably somebody saw me on chess.com. Auden and I are playing quite a lot of chess these days. I'm not good. When I'm smart, I'm like 1250 for a 5-minute ELO score. And when I'm dumb, I'm like, high 11 when I get a bit dumb. So I'm nothing spectacular.
Tremendous stuff. John Doe with a super chat. Thanks, mate. He's put, thanks for this, Neil. Devon, who wins? Ongar Bayev or Irakli? And do you crack both?
I got a feeling that's a really good match, but I have a feeling that Ongar Bayev will win. And yeah, I'll crack both. Yeah.
There you go, John. Brian Brandon, how you doing, mate? Love Brian Brandon, top dude. Huge shout out to Paul and Doug. Buy them a beer on me the next time you see them, Neil. Great to see you guys all getting it done. Brandon, great to hear from you, brother. Hope you and your lady are well. Top dude, great puller, Brian Brandon. Engen's vertical line. Paul, I know you don't like hurting people, obviously, but you must feel like a bad dude to take Rustam's hook and rip his arm off. PA pride.
Well, it's not that I don't like hurting people. That's all you do in football. But I'm not saying I'm taking any enjoyment out of it. I'm just saying, like, it's not how you want to win. You don't want to win with the injury, and you don't want to win with a legend coming back into the sport and maybe hampering that comeback. It's somebody. Arm wrestling's different. It's different than football and other things. So it guts me, as Neil would say. I'm gutted. The fact that maybe this slows down wrestling.
Yeah, spoken like the White Oak. Caleb Williams. Engen, your message just come through, mate. Give me 2 minutes and I'll ping the link back over. I'll send it on Messenger or something. Caleb Williams. Devon. Can't wait to meet you this Friday. First time at the table. Can't wait to learn.
It'll be awesome, guys. Kentucky this weekend. I'll be landing late on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Big party in Kentucky. Battlegrounds 2.0.
Back on the road. Amazing stuff. Hey, I just noticed with 919 people here in the chat, and at the moment we need to get that like count up big time. Hit the like, guys. If you're in only 248 likes, 900 of you. Take a moment, take a breath, and hit that like. And while you're there, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe now, guys. Please give us a sub, give us a like, get on there. Evan White, thanks for your super chat. Is Devon going to visit Matt Mask again in Western Canada anytime soon?
Matt and I, actually, Matt is coming to Toronto on the 18th of February. There's an awesome event in Toronto. Umesh is putting on Beat Down Arm Wrestling. He's pulling.
He's pulling Jordan Sonev, isn't he?
Sonev. It's called Sonev, right?
Yes. It's going to be a great event. There's a whole bunch of good matches that day. I'll be there partying with them. That's going to be a great weekend. Matt and I will definitely be out in Alberta on the regular. Well, not on the regular, but I'll definitely do it. The next thing that Matt and I are talking about is we're talking about doing a little bit of cross-Canada touring together. So that'll be a party. It'll be a good time. That'll probably happen when the weather's better.
Absolute quality. Arm Historian. Love that guy. Arm Historian with the super chat. Thanks, brother. If you're not subbed to Arm Historian, go and check that guy out. He's doing some good stuff. He's put props to Paul Lynn. Despite the ending, great performance. Awesome commentating too, Neil. I guess my next Rise and Fall video should be on Ray. He's only lost one in like 16 matches, 17 matches. Brilliant, mate. Love it. Yeah. Get into him, Rolly Ray. He had his own little successes at weekend. It's none that you know about, but let me tell you, successes. Hey,
Sucks.
Rolly Ray never sleeps. All I can say is this: Ray loves cats. Cats love Ray. You know.
That's what she said.
Big Grove Goats with the super chat. Big Grove Goats, top guy, been with the channel for ages. Good to hear from you, mate. Dev, will you ever be an East versus West regular like John? Or you just?
I will be at East versus West every chance I get. I have a lot of scheduling issues. Busy guy. I love East versus West. The promotion is top shelf. I think that we're lucky to have it. Love the cards this time. I got 2 packs coming. I want to get on a card. So yeah, you'll probably see me 99% chance you will see me at the next East versus West, and hopefully I'll be at every one I can hit. Yeah.
Tremendous stuff. Just let me ping this over to the Angry Turk a second. Wait a minute. Brother Engin. Bosh. That's gone over. Let him in a second. Right, let's have a look. We'll knock the rest of these over. Delusional Blue Monster. Seems that Devon, after seeing another Canadian who can't make it in East versus West in Pork Chop, is coming for the US arm wrestlers. Yep.
Well, you know, like I was feeling my oats the other night, and I really know that I can beat everybody. That's not everybody. I can't beat Levon. And there's some people I'll never arm wrestle. But if you're not on that list, I'll beat you. Yeah. Like at the 115 kilo, I just feel like I have no competition. Yeah. I don't. And that's why I'm being a little bit of an idiot right now. Because at 115, I cannot imagine losing. So I was like, where can I go? Can I go up? Well, I could beat Jerry. I could beat him. And then I thought, can I go down? Well, I think I can be on Bayev. And then I was like, if I go on a big diet, maybe I can mess with the White Orc a bit. But North America, my life is so, people don't realize how simple. This is my life. I sit around.
Who's that dog on your bed there?
Yeah,
there he is. There he is. Yeah. All right, son.
My life is very simple. I'm going to arm wrestle tonight. I train all day for arm wrestling. It's hard to beat me. I am in a unique position where all I do is arm wrestle with my right hand. It's tough to beat me. Very tough.
So Samuel Morency Valiaris, and he's put Devon, thinks he can beat Jerry.
I don't think Devon. I can beat Jerry. I know I can beat Jerry, but I'm going to leave Jerry alone. Little bit, I think, because I don't want to beat on anybody who knows that I can beat him. So I'm probably not going to bug him too much.
He says that he says it's a joke. You can't mess with super heavyweight guys. You're not strong enough.
Oh my, I'm so hurt right now.
Devastated, that, isn't it? It's devastating.
It's hard to. These negative YouTube comments are going to be the death of us arm wrestlers. Telling
Terrible.
you.
I don't know how you live.
Oh my god.
Delusional Blue Monster is coming with a super chat. Thanks for your super chat, mates. But Devon should focus on beating some Eastern guys to stamp his legacy better. Beating only one guy from the East is.
But here's the problem: who are the champions? Who are the champions? That's the thing. I mean, like, if a
guy.
champion, who?
Right there's the champion of the world right there.
Oh, come on. Nobody respects the WAF title. The WAF title where the amateurs hang out. Look, WAF is cool. The WAF is cool if you're from the right country, but everybody knows amateur title. The big boy playground is a totally different field. Listen, WAF means you got potential. You win at the WAF, come on out to the big leagues, buddy. Come on out. And listen, what you did with Matt, I'll tell you, it was impressive. It was impressive. But, Sandris, I'm a bad matchup for you. You probably want to first pull, I don't know, Jerry maybe.
Oh, I would beat Jerry.
I know you would. That's the problem. I know you'd probably beat Jerry.
Oh, Jerry's taking a good hiding, isn't he?
Man, Jerry, jeez. And Jerry did good. I mean, Jerry's been killing it. I'm really impressed by Jerry. But yeah, you probably would beat Jerry too. But Sandris, I'm really good. I don't know. Like, I thought I wanted to arm wrestle you, but I don't think you're ready. I don't think you're quite ready. And you're European. I don't know. You sure you want to put the European name against me?
Weren't you in Ireland recently?
I was, yeah. It's a big party. People drink a lot there.
You could have come down to my house and beat me here if you were so strong.
It's not hard for me to
It's not that far.
I have not a lot of obligations. I'm pretty bored. If you really want me to stop by your house, is this an invitation?
Probably
doesn't sound like a yes. Let's
show you around.
Yeah, show me around.
Yeah.
Show me around the table a bit, Sandris.
Hey guys, I gotta drop. I got my kids' basketball.
Hey Paul, 2024, man. 2024.
I'll be retired, Devon. I'll be retired.
You're on the list. Right when he gets done with Sandris, by the sounds of it.
All right, guys. Make sure Angan's not mad at me. Take care.
See you, man.
See you later, mate.
I don't know, Sandris. I am massive. I'm totally huge. I'm going to practice. I'm gonna leave in like half an hour. I don't know if you can match my tempo. I have a tempo,
I'm training all day, every day as well, so you'll never know.
Like Latvian training, right?
Like, what's that? Like, in your mind?
Well, it's like, did you know that what the Bulgarians call arm wrestling?
No.
They call it Canadian wrestling.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's Kanatska Barba, yes, in Bulgaria.
Canadian arm wrestling. Canadian wrestling.
Educated.
So that means Canadian arm wrestling, like, I don't know, maybe somewhere below the screen is Latvian arm wrestling.
Oh, you're too fun. You're too funny, man.
I don't know a Latvian superstar.
What do you mean?
It's right there.
I don't know. I guess Giannis, maybe. Giannis. Maybe Coach Ray. Maybe.
Oh,
But he just lost to Doug Ehrlich, right?
If I go on the juice, you'll see Devon 11.2.
Oh, here's an
0
if coming out. An if. Well,
I'll give myself a couple of
you're
years.
still young, okay? I don't suggest you do anything crazy, okay? I'm probably not worth it at this time, okay? Probably
I
better.
can't believe you took Ray in. It's not even on here. And he got tucked in. All the Latvians, even Giannis a little bit. He's not a star.
Well, I mean, I mean, there's a Norman's was pretty good, but Man, like if you want to talk Canadian arm wrestling, we can just go on and on and on and on, you know.
Yeah, there's basically you and no one else. That's what I hear.
What are you talking about? What are you talking Canadian arm wrestling? Oh my God. Don't get me
Is Matt
started.
like the number 2 Devon over there? No.
No, my God. Listen.
Who else cracks Matt over there now in Canada?
Right now,
Super heavies, who
Matt.
crack Matt?
Matt might be right now the number 2. Might be. But I mean, when you talk about Canadian arm wrestling, it's a long and distinguished list. I mean, we are probably the dark curse, the dark source of innovations in arm wrestling. We have Crazy George. Okay. Crazy George is Canadian. He is the originator of this modern plague on the arm wrestling planet. It comes from here. You know how people in Africa are immune to AIDS? Okay. Canadians are immune to the King's move because it's been around so long. It's still working its way through the community. Earl Wilson, Mike Gould, Barb Zalepa. We have some
Gary
of the
Goodridge.
Yeah, Gary Goodrich, man.
Back in the day.
I mean, look, I don't even have to get any deeper, and we already have all of Latvia beat. And you and I would tell the same story.
Yeah,
Sandris wasn't around then, no, mate.
Latvia has only like 30 years of history, so and arm wrestling weren't very popular back then. So
we have thousands of years of arm wrestling history in Canada.
It's because you're so distant and hard to get to.
No. We're everywhere. Canada's everywhere. We'll come right to your house if you want it bad enough.
Canada is big though, yeah.
Oh yeah, massive actually. Massive country. Yeah.
What do you think about that, Sandra? So, do you think you've got something for this dude?
For this guy?
Yeah.
Well, always. I never shy away from the challenge. And Devon's pretty good challenge for me.
And you've already been through Canada's number 2.
Right. So how big is the gap, you know? Is it that big?
No.
I guess you probably want to find out, huh?
We can find out soon if you want.
Oh, so much tension. I can almost cut it with a knife.
Must admit, it got real quick there.
Well, what are you doing in a couple weeks?
Oh shit!
Because I have so much space in my calendar. So much space. I'm not being asked to do anything these days. No contract, no nothing.
I have a match actually in 3 weeks in Switzerland, but like I can pull 2 weeks in a row, no problem.
Well, I don't want to put you out of your comfort zone, Sandris. Like I don't want to.
I'm very comfortable in every zone.
So do you want me to give you a warning, or you just want me to show up? Because I know where you live and all that, so I can just appear if you want.
I don't know if you have my like direct address. So
well, it's not hard to find. If you want, I can show up. But if you want, I'll tell you. Either way, you can tell me when and where, or I'll appear.
You can just appear, honestly, like make it more interesting.
Ooh.
Hey, listen, Sandris, I'll tell you, it won't be this weekend. I'm busy.
Oh, I'm busy. I'm busy this weekend. Can't be this weekend.
Okay. Okay, well,
I'm also a busy man.
I'll just tell you right now, you're officially on notice. Okay, so maybe just don't do any PRs the next little bit. Okay, maybe just do some blood flow. I'm good. And honestly, I don't need a taper. I don't need a camp. I can just show up and I'll beat you. It will be like nothing.
I don't need a camp either. I'm the same all year round, so I don't need 6 months to prepare.
Okay. Okay. Well,
It's
If
on.
you
Sanders.
want, you can show up. I don't care.
Sanders, it doesn't mean anything when I beat you, okay? Just so you know, it doesn't mean anything. All right. It only means that you're not there yet, okay? That's all it means. Doesn't mean I'm better than
Yet.
you.
Yet.
That's all it means. Yeah, just yet. Doesn't mean that I'm greater than you. Doesn't mean I'm better than you. Just means not yet, okay? So don't worry when it happens. It's not the end, okay? I'll give you a rematch in like 3 years or 4 years, okay? Put yourself on some blood flow. I'm going to go practice. Hey, I think that, I mean, the rest of the matches, listen, we can talk about the rest of the matches, but I'm coming for you, Sanders. I'll tell you right now. I'm coming.
Go for it. Whatever
I will.
works for you.
Okay. Well, travel's easy. Travel is
I-
easy. I travel pretty light.
I guess see you soon then.
Yeah, it's that easy. See, that's how easy it is. People are like, "Oh, Devon only competes once a year." Man, I'll come right to you.
I'm waiting.
And
Perfect.
just like that, a match, a challenge to the
Okay.
WAF.
I
champion.
know that's probably not gonna happen.
Oh
but
no!
I'll be
Oh
waiting.
no! Oh no!
I'll be
Don't say
looking
that.
out of my window.
Listen, I'm not going to surprise you. I'll send you my tickets. I'll give you the info. I don't
Oh.
want to surprise you, okay? Unless you like surprises. Do you like surprises?
Like sometimes
Would you like it if I surprised you?
I would like it if you would come like in a like with a ribbon, like a present.
Like a ribbon?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll bring a present with me. Like in a box. I'll jump out of a box.
Yeah, you can jump out of box. It'll be cool.
So let me get this right. So what you're saying, when you've been saying recently, on any given day, you'll just show up and smack someone.
As far as I'm concerned, I have no challengers in the 115. None. That's
So
what
you're going to
I'm
go to
saying.
clean them out.
Whatever. Look, if you're 115 kilo and you think you can beat me, I don't need a camp. I don't. That's the thing. People need to realize I will beat you one day after the other. And that's just the truth. And it's been that way for a long time. And people have made all these imaginary statements that there's this and there's that. I've only arm wrestled like the top people. But at 115, I beat every guy one day after the other. And Sandris, you're just another guy on that list. People think it's funny, but it's true. It's true. I'll show up and beat you. And then maybe I'll just carry on to Shadra.
I would
Maybe
like to
that's what
see
I'll
you
do.
try.
Yeah. Well, prepare to get happy. Prepare to get super happy. Because your wish is going to come true. And it's going to come true very soon. Very soon. Probably next. Were we supposed to be talking about East versus West?
I know, but don't let
Oh,
me
right,
skip you.
right. I forgot about that.
Listen,
This is good.
make no mistake about it. I will destroy you. Okay. I admire you. You're a young champion. Okay. I see it. I see it. But where you are today, just stack another 20 years on top of it. And that's me. Okay. And it's not the same. It's not the same story. You can probably lift more weight than me, but I have suffered and I'm more devious than you can imagine. And I'll show you a bit. And I'll muddy your waters, and you will take some of it. You'll absorb it. It'll be my honor to be part of your teaching, to be part of your tutelage in this great world of arm wrestling. But get ready, because it is coming. It's coming. I'll come and see you. I'll go practice tonight like I do every other day. I'll train right until I get on the airplane. That'll be it.
Those are very big words. I hope you can back it up.
Well, you know what's just occurred to me? Sandris, you're the reigning heavyweight champion in Arm Wars now. And Devon, you never
I've
actually
never lost
that
at Arm
title.
Wars, Neil. I never ever lost at Arm Wars. I don't think I
No.
ever lost a match at Arm Wars. Did I? Did I ever lose a single match?
No,
Oh,
you're the
left
linear,
handed.
you're the
I lost
linear
the
heavyweight
left-handed.
champion.
Yeah.
It will be like two worlds colliding, you know, the new world and the old crippled world.
You know, crippled only defined by the doctors. Like the truth is like you ever see those kung fu movies where the old dude is lying down and they have to carry him in on a stretcher, and then somehow he rises up and kicks the shit at everybody, and then he goes back in his stretcher? You ever seen that?
I saw, what was it? I've seen plenty of Jackie Chan movies, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. I will teach you, Sandris. I will teach you. You should study the King's Move. You should study the way of calcification.
I'll study it when I see it.
Okay. It's gonna happen really soon, buddy. I'll tell you, I've been itching for a match. I just didn't think it was gonna come in the 115. I thought everybody knew. That's why I'm gonna have to go outside my class.
Nobody can understand you because you talk in riddles all the time. So maybe just say what you want next time.
Well, I'd love a challenge.
Well, I'll give you a challenge if you want.
Well, I want that, Sandris, but I'm not convinced. But I guess we'll find out then, because I can't turn this down now. At this point, I just can't turn it down. Yeah, listen, we can talk. I mean, you don't want to put that money on
like
it.
we can go back and forth for hours, but
You don't want to bet money on this, do you?
I don't see the point now. I don't need no money.
No. I mean, I'm quite rich as well. Okay, enough of this. Sanders, I'm coming to visit you. We'll sort it out afterwards. We only got a couple minutes. I'd like to talk about Mike, because otherwise we'll just sit here all day and yip at each other.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about
Mike's another guy who might beat you, by the way. Mike might beat you.
No way.
Mike might be more on your level. You might want to beat him before you
I would smack Mike around.
Well, I'll be the judge of that, I suppose, because it looks like I'll get you first.
I think I would break his arm, literally.
Really?
I think so.
I mean, Mike will be very angry when he faces you. Will you be intimidated by his anger? Like, you know how Mike can get angry.
Like, his shouting will make the match more fun, I guess. How he fouled out, for example.
Like, I kind of see it like Mike is like a more advanced version of you as well. Like, his beard is longer and more full, and yours is like short.
Well, I guess I'm not a man yet.
No, he's probably more of a man, because his beard is much thicker than yours.
My head is bolder than his.
Yeah, his is pretty bald too. I don't know. Yeah, that match. Actually, I don't want to talk about it. It's terrible. I don't want to talk about that match at all. Poor Michael.
Yeah, you're like Michael.
Yeah, Michael was I don't want to say disappointment, but it could have been better.
I think that Michael was heavily invested this weekend.
I think he spent too much energy shouting and not actually arm wrestling. I think that's what happened here.
Yeah, I think there's a degree of that. I think Michael's an emotional character. He started off great. I think the guy that came onto the stage in the first round was right there and had the capability to win the match. But Michael, let's be right, I think that Michael had a couple of harsh decisions against him. I know we spoke about it after the fact, Devon. You didn't think that it was a foul on Mike. You didn't think he was in
No, definitely not a foul.
No, I agreed. I don't think that it was a foul.
No.
Now, I'm going to say that in the first instance, when Ongabayev had broken Mike's grip, and I spoke to Mike about this after the match, I genuinely don't think it would have mattered. I think Ongabayev would have got him, but that may not have changed the outcome of the match. The next round, he got another foul, and I don't think it was a foul again.
Either way, Ongabayev, Kurdigali was perfect.
Yes,
no
he
mistake.
deserved to win.
That dude, when you think of him, the first thing I think of is professional.
Yeah,
that guy,
he's magnificent.
What a professional.
Mm.
Everything. I mean, I don't know him super well, but what I imagine is a disciplined dude. Like, I mean, I have a feeling that guy does. His lifestyle is as dialed in on arm wrestling as you can almost get. That's what I believe. I don't know, but I believe it when I see him. I watch little bits of his training. I see that Shadra club. I see the way he is between rounds. I see the way he is on the table. I don't see a lot of wasted effort.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a lot of fluff. I see precision. I see accuracy. And that's the problem with Michael. Is there's a lot of that, a lot of wasted energy, a lot of wasted effort, a lot of show this way, show that way, not as much focus and precision as I think you need to be defending a world title or getting a world title. I
couldn't agree more. I think on the night, you've encapsulated it there, Devon. I think all the Shadara lads, all the Kazakhstan pullers, of which Ongabayev is the jewel in the crown. That's the guy. He's the signature puller, in my opinion. If he's not the best pound-for-pound arm wrestler in the world right now, he's extremely close to it. The guy is extraordinarily polished, very, very good, very, very... His timing is perfection. It's crisp. His transitions are crisp. He's on the money. I think he was the better arm wrestler on the night. He deserved to win the match. I don't think Mike could contest that. I think Mike got distracted by getting into arguments with the referees, and I think that Mike maybe assisted if he had someone who was almost like a professional coach or a coach in his corner who would take on the weight of that kind of argument. Because Mike gets invested in that kind of stuff. He was invested in every frigging match all night. And in this instance, I don't think it did him any favors at all. I really don't.
And in a close match like that, it matters.
Massive.
In a close match, there's a small degree of separation. But to me, watching the match, Kurdigali was in control throughout.
Yeah.
Like, yes, Michael won the first match, but he won it on grit. Like, he won it in a position that's not favorable. He did not have Kurdigali's hand and wrist broken down, in my opinion. Kurdigali just, he got crushed by a bigger dude who he was breaking down slowly. In round two, you could see the hand position was not even the same as round one anymore. It just got worse and worse for Mike as it went on.
It looked like Mike actually gassed out first, after that first round.
100%. Yeah.
Which you rarely see. So
yeah.
I think that first round was some of the best arm wrestling I've seen from both men in a very long time. And then I think when in the second round, when the foul altercation started and Mike started getting involved with the referees and all of that stuff, and it started to descend a little bit, it really worked against Michael, and it took his mind off the precise, focused nature of the match. And that was it. And then, when Michael sort of moved out of that zone, because he starts to move into this, I don't know, he's like, he's not got, the aggression's gone. He starts to get like... He
was telling Rebecca that he loves her in between the rounds, like yeah, just was shouting at the refs, hanging, very, very messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame that people are saying, oh, well, where does Mike go from here? Or Mike's career's finished. It's simply rubbish. The guy was beaten by a phenomenal arm wrestler, and there's tons of great matches. To be honest, I know you two. I don't want to stop you what you were doing, but
Yeah.
Mike's a great match for fans.
Think of Michael as the world champ, right? Like Michael Todd is going to be in these matches. He just, he hasn't been able to.
Like he hasn't been beaten anyone like in 3 years, so I don't know.
Yeah, bit cold lately. Yeah.
Like if you're that great and if you're going for a title, like shouldn't you be beating some people?
Yeah, for sure. That's why I'd say, there's a lot of good matches for him. Like I think that you're a good match for him, Sandris.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, I would love that match still. Like, doesn't matter he doesn't have the title. That would be way cooler if he did. But yeah, I would take that match probably.
After you've pulled Devon, like.
Oh yeah, after I destroyed Devon, yeah, I will destroy Michael as well.
I'm not Matt.
Didn't you say that Matt would beat you?
No, Matt wouldn't beat me. Matt, you did very well with Matt. You did. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
you did very well with Matt.
But Matt is a one-trick pony, so if you take that trick away, it's very easy.
No, you did very well. You did very well. I don't have any tricks at all. I am. I just go to the side.
Oh yeah. Just like beginner arm wrestling like this. Yeah.
Very simple. All right, listen. I'm gonna go. Neil, I love you. Sandris, now you're on my hit list. Now I hate you. Okay.
Now I'm scared. Now I'm scared.
You should be. Listen, it's just arm wrestling, but get ready. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen very soon. Okay.
Would love nothing more.
I don't have the patience anymore. I'm extremely aware of my mortality. Extremely aware.
You're getting pretty old, though. Yeah.
We are not here forever. We are not. Okay. I will come to your house. I will defeat you in short time, just because I want everybody to know that there is no challenge for me at 115. No challenge. No one. Nowhere. Okay. And you're a champion of an amateur league that that I need to claim. I need to have that tick in the box. This one. So you're on the list, Sandris. Congratulations. I'll see you very soon. Thanks for all you do, Neil. Sandris, I'd say talk to Giannis. That's your best guy. Probably your best guy to get a quick study. Probably. Or
okay,
Norman.
I will. I will.
Don't talk to Coach Ray because he's a hook guy. Okay. He doesn't know nothing.
All right.
Okay.
See you soon.
Larratt, it's been emotional.
It's been great. Okay. Unexpected. I don't know why I always go on these shows and it turns into like a review to like I'm gonna end up scrapping somebody. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
It escalated quick. That's not unusual.
All right. Later, guys.
Later, brother.
Bye.
Wow.
Figure out how to leave. There we go.
Oh my God. And then there was one. A little shell shocked, not gonna lie. It's got my mind worried. We got some super chats coming in there. I was a little distracted. Thing got carried away. Let me look what we've got, guys. Wow, what the fuck? Okay. Let's have a look what we've got. Big Grove Goats, thanks for your super chat. He's put the greatest part of Paul's match was Travis saying Paul promised me he'll go inside when his back's against the wall, and then boom, he did that. Amazing timing. Yeah, it was, mate. I was willing him on to do that. Myself and Trav were talking about it in the commentary booth. We were really, really willing him to do it just to see, and I didn't know whether it would work or not. But all credit to Paul Lynn. He backed up, did what he said he would do. and he got his reward for it. It's a great shame that it was that it cost an injury to Rustam, but that's the game, you know. That's the game. Cold Stone with a super chat. What's your guys' honest opinions on where Michael should go from here, and what are your thoughts on his performance and emotions during the match? We touched on it there, mate. I had a long chat with Michael after the match. You do feel for Michael because after you watch that match, it's very, very hard to watch Mike sort of go on his emotional journeys that he goes on. He invests so much into it. He invests so hard into trying to get the result. He came in wonderful condition. I do think he sells himself hard into the match and he gets distracted too much. If he could get to a situation where he can retain the singular focus that he had when he first came on stage, I honestly think he would be extremely difficult to beat. On that night, he was out arm wrestled by an incredible arm wrestler, and it was a hell of a match. But yeah, Ongabayev, I couldn't be more impressed. The guy was truly remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. White Wolf with the super chat. Oh, what a pleasure to meet you, Devon at Arm Gods. Hope to see you and the Ottawa and party some more, mate. Sorry he's dropped off here. Sorry we got carried away there. I hope you understand why. That got a little different there for a while, and that is, let's just say we're making some phone calls. My God. Devon, not all talk at all. Live call out right there, guys. Hey, if you're in the chat, you're watching the show, please give us a like, guys. Give us a like and please sub to the channel if you can. That'll be ace. It helped out a great deal. We'll get back to knocking over these super chats. My mind's whirring. I'm not going to lie, guys. Not going to lie. Jolene Clark, Devon, have you been in contact with Armas as of late? If he beats Levan, is he on your goal list? I can actually answer that. He hasn't spoken to him of late. No, not since the Engin show. And I am sure that he's on his list, but not for a while. We got a bit of insight into where Devon's head is out there. I think he's serious. I think he's 100% serious. That was very, very interesting what we just saw go down live there. The fix got a little bit off track for a while there, but I don't regret that one bit. It was fantastic. Vigilante with the super chat. Cesar from San Diego. Just wanted to say I love arm wrestling. You guys are the best. Keep it up. East versus West is amazing. Great stuff. By the way, it's hard to root for Michael after all the crying, sad to say. Yeah, Michael is so hard on his sleeve. Sometimes when he gets distracted like that, I don't think it does him a lot of favors. John the Savage Therian in the chat. Going to be seeing that guy real soon at Iron House 3. But yeah, Michael will feel that. But the big thing is for Mike, in my opinion, he should just dust off, put that one down to experience, get back on the horse and get going again. Right on. He's doing well. He was close on the night. Great match. Gavin Harper Music. Sorry, Dev's dropped off, mate. Couldn't do anything about it. And I say I didn't want to stop where that was going. I hope you guys understand. Devon, you're my biggest. I'm sure he's watching with the guys. I'm sure he's watching right now. Devon, you're my biggest inspiration to start arm wrestling. I'm a full-time singer-songwriter in Arkansas, but I'm trying to make time for arm wrestling training. Any tips? Tell you what, Gavin, I'm going to send this over to Devon. I will send it over to him after the show. So make sure he gets it. I promise I will do that for you, mate. Yanis Wolchan. He's put, Devon, what steroids have you used? It's interesting. That may be a little bit below the belt, Sam. You'd have to ask him that if you come across him. I'm not going to forward that one on to him. Engin's forehead taco. I think Ongabayev is number one pound for pound until Devon proves he can beat him at 105. He blew up Michael's hand and forearm badly. He was simply better. He was, mate. He was better on the night. No doubt about it. He was absolutely remarkable. Ongabayev, the night before, I did a couple of interviews with some of the guys out there, and they said, which match are you looking forward to most? And I mentioned a couple. The culmination of that was the match between Mike and Kirigali. And I said at the time, and I'll say again, the reason why is I've heard a lot of the guys from Shadara saying that Kirigali had incredible versatility and endurance, and that we'd get to see it and as his career progressed. one guy I knew would bring out that versatility was Michael, because of the X factor. To get around the Kings, the heart, the desire, the tenacity. Love Michael or hate him, the guy is in there for the duration. And I knew he'd draw that out of Ongobayev, and he did. We saw the very best of Kurdigali, and my God, it's very, very high level stuff. I cannot wait to see what 2023 brings for that guy. I'm a huge fan of him. I think he's a phenomenal arm wrestler. I think Yevgeny Prudnik would be a great match versus Ongobayev as well. I'd love to see that again. I think it will be class. Oh my God, Mr. Percolate with a massive super chat. Brother, been a while. Good to hear from you again, and thank you so much for the support. Phenomenal. Really helps the channel. Much appreciated, brother. He's put, hey everyone, hope you are all having a great day. Sandris, looking forward to seeing you pull next, mate. Take care all. Well, I'll tell you what, as you probably saw there, buddy, it looks like Sandris has got a very big challenge about to show up on his doorstep. Like soon. We don't know when. We don't know where. But soon. It sounds like Sandris has got something coming down the tracks. Thank you very much, Mr. Percolate. Really appreciate it, mate. All the best to you and your family. David Toms, no challenge at 115 kilograms. Well, we're about to find out with that first one, because he's just called out Sandris Sedis live on the show while the guys were talking about East versus West. Michael Todd's calcified bone. Neil, what did Devon do to me? All of my versions from 4.20 to 6.9. I'm still getting destroyed. Even the stem cells aren't doing it. Mate, you just got to keep going, and you never know when things will get good for you. Gavin Harper Music. I will send that on. I've just picked up your second message there, and I will definitely send it on to him. Let's have a look. I think we're caught up on Super Chats. We've been on here for about 2 hours now, I believe, an hour and a half. Oh, we've got another one just popped in. Let's have a look. A couple more Super Chats. I'll be jumping off shortly, guys. Probably going to do another show with Engin later this week to review the rest of the matches for East versus West. I didn't forget to invite Engin. I did send over... I actually sent it over again on the Messenger and on WhatsApp. But Engin's probably mobbed busy. I will put in a specific show with Engin this week for you guys. But yeah, Esdras, I didn't forget to invite him. I sent over an invite to Engin, and I will send over another one. This week I'll do another show with him. White Wolf, hope Devon live streams him sneaking up to Sandris's house and knocking on the door. Surprise, motherfucker. Please remember to take a ref. Well, White Wolf, I've got a plan. I've got a plan. Let me see. I think we're caught up. Arm Historian, great show, Neil. Good that you let it flow. Mate, I'm sorry I didn't get to the Super Chats at that time. I was just trying to let them go. They were enjoying themselves. Why stop them? Alexander Clark, Neil, I like the Arm Wars idea for the Devon and Sandris match also. I watched your Chris Laddoo match and I thought you did an awesome job. You know, Joe. Thanks, mate. I was actually retired at that time, but yeah, took that match and had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, it was good stuff, mate. I enjoyed it. And I love that guy, Christoph Laddoo as well. Grizzly Elvis, what a top guy. Great guy. Love him. I haven't seen Christoph for a long time. Yeah, Mr. Perkley 80, Arm Wars. Absolutely, mate. Yeah. Matches in the dark. Good stuff. You don't know when, you don't know where. Guys, I'm going to end it. I've got things to do. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you very, very soon. Very soon. Night, guys.